Should I just leave? I said, where are you leaving to? Ask your friend that went to Canada and they have lost their jobs and they arrived in Canada. How are they coping? So it's just about us finding a way to survive and thrive even in these times. And so it comes to mind the scriptures, Matthew 7:24-27, that story about the builders, the foolish builder and the wise builder. The question is, as a community pharmacist, on what platform have you built, or have you built it on the sand? And so, because interestingly, the analogy used in that story is that when the storm comes, comes. What do I mean when the storm comes? The Bible story talks about two people building on the sand and on a rock. And how you build your business will determine whether it stands when the storms come. And so if you have built a solid business, when the storms come, your building will stand. Yes, there may be some shaking. Yes, if you have... Okay, sorry for that break in transmission. It was due to technical issues beyond our control. So I believe you heard me up to the point of the builders. On what platform is your business built? How are the structures of your business? How strong are the structures? When challenges come, and they will come, will your business survive it? The opportunities in this time. As some doors are closing, some windows are opening. Are you able to see the windows and are you able to take advantage? I saw this quote and I liked it very much. And it says that the best time to seize an opportunity of a lifetime is during the lifetime of that opportunity. And so you need to look at the opportunities that abound right now and make the best while those opportunities are still around, because they may not be around for a very long time. What are the strategies for riding out a storm? The first is what I call fast thinking and decision making. When there is a storm, it's not the time for you to call for a board meeting, a 3-week retreat session, and all that to begin. There are times you need to take action and take action very fast. It's better for you to try and fail than not do anything and be swept away by the storm. And I guess that is why it did not take 7-Up, the 7-Up bottling company, long enough to start producing sanitizer. So if you won't drink 7-Up, you sanitize your hand. Any which way we win. You know, if you look at the bottle of the sanitizer, it is the Mirinda bottle. They looked for a cover, bought chemical, you know. They are back in business. And interestingly, because they already have a marketing budget, if you're a normal company and you try and go and advertise on TV, sanitizer, you're in trouble. But they have the budget already locked down. They have distribution already. It's to put the sanitizer inside the truck, going all over the country, and then you're home and dry. And so they've seized the opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity. When COVID goes and the thing does not do again, they just move again. The same bottle, they continue with their Mirinda business. And so it's important for us to note all these things. When it's a time of uncertainty in a stormy period, what you need to do is to have a survival mentality. You've seen the posts in some platforms that one of the best things that can happen to you in 2020 is to survive 2020 into the next year. So when it's time when you are in a storm, you are really not thinking on whether is my Brazilian wig okay, is my shirt, the color is, at least you have shirts. Let's continue first. Because you can imagine if there's storm raging and everything, and they say, okay, move everybody in Lagos, move to Ogun State. It's not the time for you to be saying that, she did the Prado I'll carry, or the Lexus. You take anything that has wheels and you get out of town. So survival mentality is key. It's not the time for Pepsi to say we need to get a board resolution from our... Adaptation is key. It's not the time for you to say, no, we are only in the pharmaceuticals business. We don't do animal, no, we don't do this, no. This is when the opportunities come and it's tilting towards another area, you quickly adapt. Because in the last few weeks, we've been reading about the Choluteca Bridge in, where is that country now? Where the storm moved the water from under the bridge, such that we now had a bridge that was going nowhere because the storm had reordered the course of the river and then the bridge was standing. Will your business be standing when the customers have left? A classic example of who moved my cheese. And then at a time like this, you need to have stubborn resilience and what I call doing it afraid. And I would like to end this session by using a practical case study, and then I'll share an image, and then we'll prepare to move into the next session. And I say this, that after all your strategies, you need favor, you need grace, and you need mercy. Mercy in capital letters, because I want to talk about a lady called Mercy. And so that's Mercy on the screen. She's a pharmacist. And I say here that she moved from the pharma industry to the food industry. And so after she finished studying pharmacy, she actually started community pharmacy. After a while, the spirits started calling her. And she moved from pharmacy to her place of true calling. And she started catering. She started catering business. So food for parties and all that. And after a while, when the food area was getting choked, while she was still doing food, she now shifted small to be doing drinks, cocktails and all that. And so she started doing that, and she was, very well. Fantastic business woman, that was when she was food, starting with the food business and then the cocktails business. And she runs a business called Natural Cocktails. And for those of us in Farm Alliance, you know that our Christmas parties are never complete without our cocktails and mocktails. And so, all that happened, and then she went into training to hone her skill, which is one thing she does, like I said. So tie this to the foolish and the wise builders. She kept honing her skill, improving herself, traveling overseas to go for training in bartending, mixology, and all those things. She kept honing the skill. She came back, became a trainer for, intern bartenders and all that. Of course, when there's no event, there's no food. Not to talk of cocktail or mocktail or oxtail. And so, I like the way she quickly, using all the principles I taught earlier, quickly adapted her business. And she started bottling her cocktails. And because people were tired, staying at home, eager for parties and everything, people started ordering the cocktails, the takeaway cocktails. When the demand grew, she built an alliance with a small chops business. I said it during that webinar that this business, even though it was innovative and being change agile, it was not sustainable. It was not sustainable because people were drinking this cocktail at home because they were tied down. The moment they hit the road, this business will go into sleep mode, which is exactly what happened. But interestingly, Mercy was up to the task. And what is she doing today? She's selling food, raw food. From palm oil to egusi to Cameroon pepper to everything you can think about that you need to make your food, that's what Mercy sells now. And she's doing very well again. Why have I used her as an example? Number one, she's a pharmacist. Number two, she's in a business that has swept, most of the players in that business have been swept under the carpet. But she has continued to reinvent and refine and reinvigorate. In the midst of the storm, we can either choose to be swept away, or like Wumi said earlier, we can ride the wings of the wind, like the eagle, and soar. And I'd like to share with us that when we are in a storm, it's not the time to work hard. It's the time to work smart. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers from all over, we will see someone working smart.
Our children are our heritage. To keep them strong, smart, and healthy, quality nutrition is crucial. Give them nutritious home-cooked meals with rich portions of fruits and vegetables. Cut down the candies, junk foods, and fizzy drinks. In addition, you can supplement their nutrition and boost their immunity with quality supplements such as Moxie orange-flavored vitamin C. It provides the much-needed boost of immunity. Moxie, your kids will love it.
Yummy.
Heritage, just home-cooked meals with rich portions of fruits and vegetables. Cut down the candies, junk foods, and fizzy drinks. In addition, you can supplement their nutrition and boost their immunity with quality supplements such as Moxie orange-flavored vitamin C. It provides the much-needed boost of immunity. Moxie, your kids will love it.
Yummy.
Who is a mother? She is a teacher. She is a homemaker. She is a lover. She is a cook. She is a caregiver. She is an executive. She is a planner. She is a manager. She is an ATM machine. She is a counselor. She is a superhero. Let's celebrate our mothers every day, especially in difficult times like this. Moxie, celebrating Naija moms every day. Who is a mother? She is a teacher. She is a homemaker. She is a lover. She is a cook. She is a caregiver. She is an executive. She is a planner. She is a manager. She is an ATM machine. She is a counselor. She is a superhero. Let's celebrate our mothers every day, especially in difficult times like this. Moxie, celebrating Naija moms every day.
Right. We are back, okay, after the short commercial break. And we're set to bring up the first speaker for a clinical session in person of Dr. DK Orji from the University of Abuja Teaching and what we can do. We'll be right back after the short commercial break. Thank you.
Who is a mother? She's a teacher. She's a homemaker. She's a lover. She's a cook. She's a caregiver. She's an executive. She's a planner. She's a manager. She's an ATM machine. She's a counselor. She's a superhero. Let's celebrate our mothers every day, especially in difficult times like this. Moxie, celebrating Nigerian moms every day.
Good morning, everybody. I want to most sincerely appreciate the organizers of this conference, Farm Alliance, and also to Boehringer Ingelheim for this opportunity to talk about what is very topical at this moment. That is current trends in the management of hypertension, focus on end organ protection. I remember looking at riding through the storm. There are a lot of storms all over the world today. And because of the storms, a lot of people are facing, we're seeing hypertension at even earlier ages that we used to before this time. And the topic of hypertension has also become very, very global, as hypertension is the #1 killer disease or risk factor all over the world, and is also the #1 reason, leading cause of poor health all over the world. And in the context of COVID-19, hypertension is taking a very, very central stage. Remember that patients that have cardiovascular disease tend to fare worse compared to those that don't have cardiovascular disease when they contract COVID-19. And we know that it's hypertension that's very, very topical. And I want to once again appreciate the organizers and Boehringer for this great opportunity. So I'll be taking us through the outline. I will start off with burden of hypertension globally, and I will round off with what is the state of COVID-19 and hypertension management before I summarize. In 2000, it was said that about 1 billion people were living with a burden of hypertension. In 5 years' time, that is about 2025, about 1.6 billion people will be living with a burden of hypertension. That is projection from both the World Health Organization and the World Heart Federation. And this figure by the World Health Organization paints the picture so vividly. And you can see from this picture that the prevalence of hypertension can range from about 25% to about 56%, depending on the part of the world you are. If you are in Africa, Africa carries a very high burden of high blood pressure. Remember that where you have a black and white population, the burden of hypertension tends to be more in the black population. We have a lot of black people in Africa, and the prevalence ranges to up to about 35 to 56% in Africa. In the Southern African region, if you look at the regions down to the red, you can see down Southern Africa, you can see the red. Those regions carry prevalence of up to about 56%. The burden in sub-Saharan Africa cannot be overemphasized. This is actually a review by